Okay, it's time once again to talk about crime, and I'm very glad that Bruce Blakeman is really pushing back against bail reform because it's out of control. The crime is out of control, and I'm going to read this article. Even Channel 12 covered this, but I'm going to read the story from WCBS TV. So it says, from jail to bail, the Nassau County executive is making it clear he wants changes to the state's bail reform laws. A week after lobbying lawmakers in Albany, Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman signed a local executive order regarding bail reform. At the bottom of every press release, it will state that if that an individual had been released on that no bail status and now he's being rearrested, Nassau County Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder said. Nassau's police commissioner has been directed to disclose in daily reports the pending criminal case data and bail status of those rearrested. This is great. So this way the people know what's going on when somebody is arrested. Blakeman will also post that information on the county website. As CBS 2's Jennifer McLogan reports, he's beating the drum on the cashless bail law that he says is eroding public safety and leading to an uptick in violent crime. Judges should have the discretion to take a look at all the facts and make a determination. I think the people are fed up, Blakeman said. That's right. We are fed up. Fed up because of statistics. Between July 2020 and June 2020, in 20% of bail-related cases, the person released was rearrested, and 430 recidivist defendants were rearrested for violent felony with a firearm. Blakeman says bail reform is why he was elected and why Nassau County's GOP district attorney was swept into office. And that's right. That's why Laura Curran lost. That's why a lot of Democrats got driven. People are fed up with the bail reform, and they're fed up with the Democrats defending it. I'm fed up with it. Others question if public shaming will solve recidivism. Those individuals' names being publicly available is pointless and exploitation. That's not going to achieve the result Mr. Blakeman wants, defense attorney Bruce Barkett said. No, I don't agree with that at all. CBS 2 spoke with voters, both Democrat and Republican. I don't think bail reform is working out well, one person said. They come out and commit the same crimes again, another person said. The community here wants stricter reform, another person said. Blakeman predicts midterm elections will be disastrous for Democrats unless they come up together with a compromise on or repeal the bail reform laws. State statistics show only a small percentage of defendants released without bail commit another crime, and in some cases, judges with discretion have decided on no bail, according to what this article says. So, and Channel 12 actually had a story on this as well, though, of course, I can't find it on here. Yes, there was an incident on the Long Island Railroad. We're going to get to that too, I guess. There was an incident on the Long Island Railroad. Actually, only 35 seconds on it, huh? But people, they were racially assaulted on the railroad, basically. There was an incident, and there's a video out there. This was on the main line. This happened on the main line where some guy was harassing a woman because of her skin color. Unbelievable. They were fired from their jobs, fortunately. They're from Ronkonkoma and Huntington. So it just goes to show you racists are everywhere on Long Island. And again, because of our previous president, these things didn't happen before he got elected. Yeah, this guy right here. All right. We're kind of talking about the crime here because there's some crime, and here we go, a classic example of what happens with bail reform. Here we go. A Suffolk man released on no bail busted driving stolen car. So a Suffolk County man was busted driving a stolen car a day after he was released without bail on a previous offense. Yeah, one day. Look at this guy. These are the kind of people that are dumping in our towns. Nassau County police officers on patrol at approximately 3:30 p.m. on Saturday, January 14th, stopped the driver of a 2003 Acura RSX on Old Country Road in Garden City after he failed to signal a lane change. Of course, it's the middle of the island. During the subsequent traffic stop, police said that it was determined that the vehicle had been reported out of Suffolk County, and the driver, Middle Island resident Nelson Prelser, age 35, was taken into custody without incident. So, Middle Island, middle of the island. There you go. So he's charged with third-degree criminal possession of stolen property, unauthorized use of a vehicle, unauthorized operation of a motor vehicle, failure to signal. Further investigation found that on Friday, January 13th, this is what he was originally charged with: third-degree criminal possession of stolen property, possession of a forged instrument, aggravated unlicensed operation of a motor vehicle, and vehicle and traffic violations. Police noted that following his arrest on January 13th, he was released with no bail and fitted with an ankle bracelet by Nassau County probation investigators. Priester was arraigned at First District Court in Hempstead on Sunday, and January 15th, in lieu of $15,000 cash or bail or $30,000 bond. So it looks like he will this time, in lieu. So I don't know. I think probably might have been let out again. These are the kind of people that they have in our community. These are the kind of people that are dumped in our communities, while a certain demographic avoids most of it. But I'm glad Bruce is looking out for all of us, and he's Mr. Blakeman, and I'm very impressed with him really going after the state on this, because it's out of control. There's tons of crime going on here, tons of crime. This is becoming a real problem. The crime. Here we go. Trio nabbed after search warrant uncovers firearms MDMA on Long Island. Yeah, so these lovely thugs right here, 3 people are facing charges after authorities on Long Island reported that a search warrant uncovered firearms in large quantities of MDMA and marijuana. So Nassau County Police Department reported officers executed a search warrant at a home on Glenmore Avenue in Hempstead. During the search, authorities reportedly found the following: a semi-automatic handgun, a loaded revolver, marijuana, MDMA, and United States currency. NCPD said 3 residents of the home, 28-year-old Angelica Rustin, 34-year-old Devin Fenner, and 28-year-old Rashid Bullen, were arrested around 7:20 p.m. on Thursday, January 13th. And the 3 defendants are known Bloods gang members. That's just lovely. That's what you have in Hempstead. All right, and that's what they want to put in the whole middle of the island. That's why we got to speak up. Police said Bullen was charged with 2nd and 3rd degree criminal possession of a weapon and 5th degree possession of a controlled substance. Rustin was charged with criminal possession of a firearm, and Fenner was charged with 2nd and 3rd degree criminal possession of a weapon. The 3 defendants were scheduled to be arraigned on Friday, January 14th. That's what you got over there. This is what's going on here. This is what's dumped in our communities. Let's go. Another one here. Suspect at large after Long Island gas station robbery. And it looks like, here we go, something on the South Shore. All right. Actually, that's really more like North Merrick, I think. So a suspect is wanted on Long Island after allegedly pistol whipping a gas station clerk and robbing him. But still, that's supposed to be a decent area. In Nassau County, detectives were called to the Valero gas station on Jerusalem Avenue in Merrick shortly before 9 p.m. on Sunday, January 16th, where there was a report of an armed robbery that had just taken place. According to investigators, the 63-year-old store clerk was working behind the counter when a suspect walked up to him, demanded cash from the register be opened, and displayed a black handgun. After the clerk complied, the suspect took an undetermined amount of cash from the register and struck him in the head with the handgun before fleeing on foot west through the parking lot. Police noted that the gas station clerk suffered pain in his head but refused medical treatment at the scene. Subject is being described as African-American, approximately 6 feet tall, with an average build. At the time of the armed robbery, he was wearing all black clothes. No other descriptive information was provided. Anyone with information regarding the armed robbery or suspect has been asked to call Nassau County Crime Stoppers by calling 1-844-TIPS. So, that's, I know where that is. It's North Merrick. Jerusalem Avenue, I think. Jerusalem Avenue in North Merrick. We have another thing here. 2 suspects stole... Now, Channel 12 did cover this, and this happened in Oceanside. Police are searching for 2 subjects of stealing catalytic converters. The owner of Novak Oil called police around 11:30 a.m. on Monday, January 17th, and reported that an unknown person or people entered his business without permission. The business is located at 4 Hampton Road in Oceanside. So the crime is starting to spread now. It's affecting everybody now, all right? So this is why it's in the interest of everybody, whether you're on the South Shore, Middle of the Island, or North Shore, we got to repeal bail reform. When police arrived, they discovered that the part of the front metal wall was removed and used catalytic converters were stolen. Investigators found on Friday, January 14th at 7 p.m. 2 unknown male subjects drove to the business in a dark-colored two-door pickup truck and stole about 50 catalytic converters through the wall. Authorities said the catalytic converters were valued at more than $30,000. The subjects fled the scene in the pickup truck, driving north on Hampton Road and then toward Daly Boulevard. The investigation into the burglary is ongoing. So again, this is becoming a big problem here with these catalytic converter thefts, and they're costly. They are costly. That is for sure. And again, Channel 12 really missed a lot of these stories. They really, they're spending too much time. And now they're covering this about the governor's budget, which we're going to talk about. Probably, I don't know when I'll have a chance to do a video on that to go over the governor's budget. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go over it or not. But there's some good news in it, in that it is going to. There's a lot of funding for transportation in there. And mental health and things like that. But again, if she really wants to help us, she's got to fix bail reform. All right, because this is a disaster. And I'm glad that Bruce Blakeman is doing something about it. And more county executives need to join him. It's not a matter of being Democrat or Republican. It's a matter of looking out for the safety of all people in New York. And these criminals, just because they're not in your community yet, doesn't mean they won't be there in the future. They're being let out, and they can travel anywhere they want. They have train ticket, will travel. Actually, maybe they don't have a train ticket, and they just hide in the bathroom, or they get on the bus without paying, and the driver lets them on. They can if your train community is a train station, they can go into your community and commit crime there too. All right, so it's in everybody's best interest to get these thugs back behind bars. All right, all these, especially people like this guy right here, classic example of the kind of degenerates that you have here. That are being just let out, and they really, and some of them have mental illness. They belong in institutions. All right, they're if they when I was young, if you were a danger to yourself and others, you were institutionalized. That's the way it worked. You weren't allowed to be on your own. But now, because everything's been they're just let out on the streets, and this practice has to stop. They're better off in a supervised setting. Therefore, they won't, at least they're, I'm sure they don't want to be in jail. It's better to be in an institution than be in jail. But again, the governor, we're going to go over the governor's budget. I'll try to go over it in another video. But you have to understand with everything going on, it's kind of hard for me to do that, but I will try. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video on all this crime going on. Be safe out there. And let's get these thugs back behind bars and off the streets. All right? We have a right to be safe. All of us have a right to be safe. And they have the right to remain silent. That's it for this video.